An island? Who?
Silk of spider, tooth of shark, ray of light, and mote of dark. Bit of charcoal, rabbit foot, splintered wood with fire soot. Bask in moonlight, all of you, till you be this witch's brew. Is that who I think it is?
Pardon?
Oh, well, isn't this marvelous? How you've grown, little miss. Do you remember Circe, the enchantress, still? Ah? Oh, no matter. Not the circumstances for small talk. Show me your palms.
Of course I remember you, Madam Circe. So this is your famous island. Such a relief to be here rather than another drowned ship. I take it we're not meeting by chance?
Wise to our ways as ever. Our Lady Hecate and I decided I had best relocate for a while and survey events as near the mountain of the gods as possible. Then tonight within my crystals, I saw you. Now, how may we make you better? It is done.
Thank you, Madam.
What is it that you have there, little miss? Some old accursed knuckle bones, it seems. I ask you quickly, get them hence. They're interfering with the energy about this place.
I'm sorry.
What has the world come to, little miss? Living on my little isle, I must have been the last to learn calamity had spread all from the heavens to beneath the earth.
And Kronos is responsible for all of it. Time apparently wishes to ruin everything eventually, though we are not about to let him have his way. We'll drive his forces from Olympus and unseat him from my father's throne.
Oh, we immortals and our warring ways! What example do we set for mortal kind? But I know certain battles must be fought, and I remain committed to our Lady Hecate and you.
Madam Circe, I'm grateful that we had a chance to meet again after all this time. Your kindness to me always meant a lot, and I wanted to give you this small token in return.
Nectar! Oh, thank you, little miss. I've made attempts to brew my own, but never get it right. Though why don't you take this in kind? Think of it as a little island souvenir.
It's beautiful and quite adorable. Thank you.
So what is even happening there at the Mountain of the Gods? Some nights, great plumes of flame appear on the horizon and storm clouds, terrible as ever I have seen.
The source of these phenomena is a two-pronged assault on Mount Olympus. The Titan Prometheus and his raiders, and the monster Typhon himself. I'm headed to face them.
Good heavens, you mean face them all, Poppet? Although perchance the perils you confront beneath the earth are even worse. Let me protect you then, as best I can. How lately is the temperament of our Lady Hecate? Long has it been since last I basked in her wisdom, for I have wisdom of my own, she says. You must have needed her attention more than I.
Madam Circe, I did not mean to deny you her attention. Although Headmistress has been preoccupied not just with my training, but with leading the unseen, warding the crossroads against any harm, readying our plans to take back what's ours. She's counting on us. On you.
I know. And I apologize that I insinuated any feelings of resentment on my part. For none exist towards you, let alone her. You have my word, Poppet. It's just... she was like a mother to me. Oh, how she hated when I told her so. So you have seen the great monstrosity with your own eyes, have you, Poppet? Typhon, I mean, of course. Oft have I wondered about his deep connection to the natural world.
And what connection would that be? He's a monster, just as you said. A thing that does not belong in our world.
Yet there he is, where you'll be going soon. Who only knows the limits of our world and that which it contains? Veritably, not you or I, Poppet. All that is here belongs, is what I say. She's back, piggies! Where have you been for all these nights, Poppet? So many oddities took place, each stranger than the last. Those ghastly sailing ships out there all seem to lose their course for one. I know not what occurred.
Kronos is defeated, madam, and I mean for good. That's likely why his forces have been notably disorganized, although they're not gone, and neither is he. Has Headmistress not communicated this?
Good heavens, why no! Unless, well, I can be very isolated here. Perchance I missed some message she relayed. Oh, so then you mean to tell me you're victorious?
Well, yes. What now remains is to ensure he'll not rise up against the gods again, ever. He or Typhon.
Oh my, this is... Oh, I must confer with Our Lady Hecate at once. But first, please, quickly, make your choice. Our Lady Hecate confirmed each detail of what you have achieved, although with far less modesty than you. Oh, such an accomplishment, Poppet.
Thank you, Madam Circe. If not for your enchantments, I might never have gained the summit of Olympus, which was a necessary step. You don't mind if we keep on like this?
Oh, I would mind if we no longer did. So long as you have more to do, you can veritably count on my contribution. Isn't it marvelous?
Thank you.
Good heavens, more for me? I'm unaccustomed to receiving gifts here on my little isle, though I'm pleased to try and get more used to it, if you must so insist.
Insist is a strong word, madam, but I would like for you to have this, yes. Perhaps it will help you perfect your own recipe, or while away a pleasant night, should one arise.
I am impressed with how you've cared for your familiars, Poppet. By the will of Our Lady Hecate, I possess certain knowledge of the subject I now shall yield to you.
Oh, thank you, madam. Which sort of knowledge do you have in mind? You must know beasts better than anyone.
You'll see, you'll see. This is a favorite of mine, and so it's not my wish to spoil the surprise.
Alteration of familiar forms.
Welcome, Poppet. Though, forgive me that I have not invited you inside my little hut. Such hospitality I don't extend to anyone. And I make no exceptions, not even for you.
Madam Circe, that is perfectly all right. And there's no need to explain. We all live in seclusion in our own way. What other way is there? With privacy comes peace of mind.
I'm grateful that you understand. Of late, I share my simple home with beasts, but that is all. This Isle of Aia is not mine, of course. Rather, it's my dear companion, and can be yours. So please, help yourself to anything you need whilst here. Not all divinities require offerings, you know. Our Olympian relatives, they have come to expect this type of giving, but not I. Do not presume to spoil me.
Olympus is well accustomed to receiving offerings from all across the land. Living here on this remote island, I don't think you're at risk of getting quite as used to it as that.
You have been a worthy mother to Discura, I can tell. Nurtured her appetite with many souls. I therefore wish to share with you a dream I vividly recall.
A dream concerning me and the Staff of Dusk, madam. That seems rather specific, though dreams do get that way at times.
In said dream, I saw what first I thought to be a jackal, all surrounded by the dead. The sight of him was marvelous. As words reverberated in my mind, I see you guarding graves of mortals passed into the black beyond.
I see you guarding graves of mortals passed into the black beyond. That sounds like it could be a waking phrase. So if I speak it to Discura by the silver pool...
Then I foresee she shall reveal to you an aspect of herself. As her former bearer, your connection with me cannot be coincidence. Thus, this knowledge ought to be yours.
I see you guarding graves of mortals passed into the black beyond.
Well, this is marvelous. I'm grateful, little miss. Our kind oft lack for company. Do have another such as you to visit me from time to time. It's been a welcome turn, despite the ghastly work that is at hand.
Even if and when all this is over at some point, I still would like if we kept meeting up like this. Your island is a wonderful place, and I truly admire your commitment to our craft.
I wonder, does our Lady Hecate as yet consort with that tactician shade of hers? Not of surpassing stature, prone to talk. Oh, what was his name again?
You mean Odysseus? He remains indispensable to our cause. What knowledge I possess of this route and the dangers along it are thanks largely to him. Why do you ask?
Oh, no reason at all. It's merely that he was a flighty sort, as I recall, quite prone to wandering about. So his continued service is a bit of a surprise. A pleasant one, mind you.
Did you used to know him? I don't recall you interacting at the crossroads. Not that I was paying much heed to anything besides my studies then. I was so little lost you visited.
Once I relocated this isle, the journey to the crossroads became much more arduous. As for Odysseus, yes, him I've met before. Him and his pig-headed crew. A different age, Poppet. Perchance he's learned a bit since then. At times I worry that your heart must have grown cold, hardened to all the turmoil. But then you show me kindness such as this. You have learned much, though this propensity appears to be innate.
Oh, It's just nectar, which must not be too easy to come by here. They're even lacking for it on Olympus recently. But I'm grateful that you see in me whatever it is you think is there.
You bring with you ill presence, little miss. I do not welcome it at all. It's those old knuckle bones I sense you have. They first visited this isle long ago.
Please, madam. I got these from Odysseus himself, and they've only served me well. He's asked if you would speak with him through them. I don't know what you have to discuss, but can tell it burdens you both.
Strange to be entreated thus. You've far more urgent matters than to be his messenger. He could have voyaged here himself if he had anything of use to say. But no.
We need our great tactician at his post. Look, if you can sense those bones at all, then surely you can sense no negative intent. I'm sorry to disturb you nonetheless.
Oh, it's all right. It's not your fault, Poppet. But I am not prepared for conversation with him now. When next you bring those bones here, though, perchance I shall. Again, those knuckle bones. Then very well. I am an enchantress of my word, Poppet. You may invoke our old friend, the tactician shade. I would hear what he has to say.
Very well, madam. Heed now my voice, Odysseus. One whom you sought is here.
Hello again. Lady Circe, I shall not take more than a moment of your time. I see you still are taking care of pigs.
I found they're quite obedient. But I take it you're not here for them, Odysseus? The purpose of your visit is?
Is there a place where we might briefly talk? The goddess by my side probably can't project me here for long.
Whatever you wish to say, do say it here and now. I distinctly recall we had together decided that no further discussion between us was wise, having reached an impasse akin to obstacles you met at sea.
A recollection I share, but look, I've never reached an impasse that I couldn't cross, and you yourself have mastered change. Rather than leave our past to rot, I thought perhaps we could return it to the earth, as you might say.
That is a precarious position, for neither of us shall apologize, and neither shall forget. We've been over this subject at length. I've studied it more than enough.
And I'm done studying it too, my lady. It was a very different time for both of us, and now we're close to those whom we both care about. I'd like to move on for their sake, if not our own.
We have moved on, or so I thought at least. I harbor no ill will toward you, sailor. I said it when we met, and I'm saying it again. We had our moment, but it has no power anymore.
Then let's agree on that. Now you be well, my lady. All I truly wanted to say was my existence and memories are richer having met. I know myself better, and I'm grateful you are aiding us. That's all. Goodbye.
And there he goes, getting the last word in as always was his wont. Go on, Poppet. I've done far too much talking for one night. I wish to thank you for when last we spoke, and for delivering Odysseus to me. At first I felt a great unease, but then, after you left, that sentiment did too. He is a shade. Perchance he had been haunting me a bit.
What happens now between you two, madam? Is there something I can communicate on your behalf?
No need. I realize that we were bound to drift apart, for he is not the sort to remain still. But if a memory of something must linger, a peaceful one is best. Our Lady protect you.
Thank you.
Oh, why, thank you so much, little miss, again. The nectar you bring tastes so sweet, and yet my feelings for it are becoming clouded recently. So let this be the last for now.
Madam Circe, was it something I did or said? You're left to your own devices on your island here, and so I thought perhaps you might enjoy a bit of an exotic good.
And that I do. But I'm reminded with each bottle of a life I led filled with great luxuries, most all of which I've left behind, and I shall not go back.
I fully understand. But thank you truly, madam, for all your wisdom and for making me your guest.
How regrettable to know Prometheus rebels against the gods. Surely he must see that his pursuit of vengeance shall not bring him any peace. Is there no reasoning with him?
He isn't much for talk, but then lately who is? We end up clashing just beneath the summit. Apparently he always knows who's going to be the victor, even if it's me.
Oh, he's foreseen his own defeat before. Can you imagine, Poppet? To know of each and every ill awaiting you? I doubt if any punishment he has endured is worse than that. You always had such talent for our craft. I wondered how it'd change you over time, for the temptations on the path are numerous. But you had the greatest teacher possible.
Headmistress Hecate would say the greatest teacher is out there. Referring probably to your isle, Madam Circe. What do you mean by temptations?
I mean power, little miss. Once you can manifest your desires, what's to stop you? Lessons learned the hard way, if at all. You have your left hand there, as but one reminder.
I know you have no want of nectar at the moment, madam, but I thought perhaps you might be interested in this. For your enchantments, or even your animal companions.
Oh, why, if it isn't ambrosia! A precious gift, even a source of marvelous light during these darker evenings. What is occasion for this? For it must have slipped my mind.
Well, seeing as you've taught me more of how to manifest my will, I figure this can become a special occasion through the act itself, can't it?
It veritably can, thank you. Then to the fortune of our meetings here and hence. As to whether I shall keep this or share it with my piggies, I shall have to ponder for a while.
Please enjoy it. You mentioned that you aren't certain whether to keep the previous ambrosia or share it with your piggies. Please, allow me to alleviate this impossible dilemma.
Oh, well then this one must be for keeping, naturally. Because last time my piggies definitely had their fill. I never realized Our Lady Hecate taught you to be so generous.
Headmistress taught me to protect myself, to stay focused, and much more. But what I know of generosity is certainly in no small part because of you, madam. There was always more warmth at the crossroads when you were around.
Well, that is kind of you to say. But I'm not widely known for my warmth, you know. You merely brought it out in me, as you have done again just now. So, thank you very much.
You're most welcome.
Our Lady Hecate would sometimes tell me of your progress, and let on that you attuned to the altar of ashes at long last. How marvelous! For the Arcana have so much to offer us.
I couldn't agree more. Through grasping the Arcana, I've discovered strength I never realized I had. To think I used to use our altar merely to collect my thoughts.
Collecting one's thoughts is valuable enough. Mine own, at least, are prone to scattering. As for your innate strength and magical acuity, perchance we shall discover even more. Our Lady Hecate informs me of a marvelous development. You had a brush with the three fates. Scarce few are able to lay claim to that. Oh, did you happen to see their palms?
No, unfortunately, madam, as they were rather shrouded in the darkness where I encountered them. What do you make of this new prophecy of theirs?
What, that the times eventually shall change? I find it to be not their boldest prediction since you asked. Live long enough, and you shall see that times do not change so much as turn like a wheel. All of this seawater must feel very disconcerting, little miss. For me, though, it feels rather much like home. Even the depths of Oceanus bring a sense of comfort more than fear.
I'm getting used to it. My path into the underworld requires me to skirt the edge of Oceanus. The water's beautiful, though I could do without the sea monsters, particularly Scylla and her siren friends. Perhaps you know of them?
Oh, yes, I do indeed. I grew up underneath the sea, and Scylla I remember from my youth. Always yelping about this or that is deafening. Perchance why I prefer the silence now. You have an animal familiar there, Poppet. How marvelous to see a beast and you thus bound, each in kind, a source of safety and support. A cyclic pattern, as so many tend to be.
Madam Circe, this is Phrynos, my dear friend in whom I always can confide. In all your knowledge of familiars, is there something you most wish that you'd known early on?
Oh, veritably yes. Although you mustn't try to skip through the experience of discovery along the journey you were on. But perchance there is something I might convey. How is old Scylla lately, anyhow? I hadn't heard that she descended to your depths. You said she's banded with some sirens, yes? For what? To sing their songs?
Well, yes. She longs for fame above all else, and to drown things. I've had to put a stop to her performances now more than a few times. The Book of Shadows I possess states she's the victim of a witch's curse. Do you know whose?
Oh, what an interesting book that one must be. I do not curse, Poppet. My practice is about revealing the true nature of a thing. When last I checked, Scylla had made hers clear. I've been thinking, Poppet, if that Scylla has been posing problems for you during your descent, perchance I can be of some benefit. But I require something first. A special pearl.
Truly, I happen to have more than a few pearls from her here, so take your pick. Although, first tell me more of what you have in mind.
Oh, none of these shall do. One must be taken from her with particular intent under a dark and fearful night to drown her ambitions as a siren would a sailor. Can you do that for me?
Perhaps, but what shall become of Scylla if I do? She's hindered me, but does provide some entertainment for the shades of Oceanus, at least.
She shall no longer pose a threat. Whilst the influence of night is strong, claim one of Scylla's precious pearls and declare, may your ambitions drown. Consider it at least.
May your ambitions drown. I have a pearl here from Scylla, madam, although not imbued with your intent. You said your practice is about revealing the true nature of things. Hers is already plain.
Hence the reason I suggested we subdue her. But you've no taste for such enchantments, I see. Which means you passed another test. Oh, congratulations, Poppet.
What? Did Headmistress put you up to this? To see if I'd resort to cursing an inconsequential foe merely because I could?
To see if you would blindly do the bidding of an elder merely because you were asked. Our craft is most effective with restraint. A hard lesson we all eventually learn. Of course, if Scylla should become a greater threat, do seek me out.
Turning to a simple form.
Something felt different just as you arrived. It's moly, isn't it? And quite a lot, as I perceive. You need no such protection in this place. A miracle it does not interfere with your own craft.
I have been gathering what moly I can find in Erebus. It has its uses, to be sure, though in my purse it doesn't bother me and remains fresh. You have an aversion to it, and here I thought that every plant and herb had earned your love.
Some earn my caution sooner than my love. Moly has a stifling effect I care for not at all. So much so that I have learned to negate it. As you have no need of its powers here, it shall do neither of us any harm. Though do be careful, little miss. Welcome. The weather on Olympus has been better recently, as I oft see it clear. No trace of the monstrosity you faced before.
Traces of Typhon do remain, though they are nearly imperceptible. But they can be destroyed.
And you are headed to the mountain to achieve just that. Typhon one was not exactly a natural being. That is what distinguishes a monster from a beast. So I shall not lament his passing, nor shall anybody, I expect. I had been meaning to inquire how in all the heavens is it possible you've traveled so far from your home realm, little miss? I'd understood that you could scarcely breathe this air.
Well, you know what we say, madam. There's an incantation for practically everything. This one in particular felt almost as though I was lifting a curse.
I see. But all of us, perchance, are cursed in some odd way. Either we learn to live with it, or discover how to overcome it.
Do you believe the Titan of Foresight can truly see into the future, madam? Prometheus is quite insistent about it. I'd sooner think you had such capability yourself.
Of that which shall transpire, I can sometimes see brief glimpses, little miss, provided I devote a lot of resources and time. Prometheus, I think, may see the future uncontrollably.
But if you knew precisely what would happen, could you not simply change it? For example, if I knew we'd have this conversation, I could have avoided the subject.
But then your knowledge of the future would be wrong. Such knowledge can be dangerous besides. Our great ability to harbor hope depends upon not knowing what's to come. You've seen by now how the black wings of spiteful strife oft darken up these skies. She overlooks my little isle, though flies perilously close. What is the latest reason for her ire?
Oh, Eris has seemed happier than usual, if anything. At first, I believed she was working for Kronos. But I think it's simply that she doesn't like when anyone succeeds, other than her.
Well, that's not a sound mode of thought at all. How I long for a world without strife, yet I can scarce imagine one. She is a force that mustn't be ignored, but quelled. Oh, you're back!
Some nights ago, you spoke about our great ability to harbor hope. It reminded me of something that Prometheus himself had said, but I dismissed him at the time.
I realize that hope is simply not enough for one who studied with such rigor as you did. Yet even you, I sense, approach each night with openness to it going your way.
But I make plans for every possibility, and am prepared to improvise when things inevitably don't unfold the way I want. Preparation and anticipation, not mere hope.
Call it whatever you prefer, but at the heart of what you describe exists a grain of something more, the source of all that drives us, like a flame. It must be nurtured, lest it die. You have arrived here swiftly, Poppet, and I presume that it was not solely the work of winds and currents and the like. The messenger god Hermes speeds you onward, yes?
I have his boon this night. The gods are not so embattled that they cannot aid me in my voyage, and our strength is greatest when we share it. Though, why do you ask?
It's simply that the gods have limited awareness of my whereabouts, and I would keep it thus. No room for many visitors, and the Olympians would surely be aghast to look upon so modest of a place. Oh, hello again. Fie on that never-ending fleet of ghastly sailing ships, all headed for the mountain of the gods. My little isle sometimes gets right in the way. No hospitality awaits their boorish crews, whilst I replenish my supply of firewood.
You must long for the days when your island was more secluded, and had much less unwanted company. I hope I'm not disturbing your peace, madam.
Oh, heavens, no! In actuality, it could be rather all too quiet with only the rustle of the vegetation and the snuffle of my piggies and the like. I more than welcome your returns. Oh, such a mess. I told Our Lady Hecate that relocating this whole isle likely would have certain side effects, but to have inadvertently brought cruel Charybdis here, not here, of course, but close.
Now that you mention it, the giant whirlpool with tentacles and teeth did seem a little out of place in this channel.
At least she still has no shortage of sailing ships to crash into her maw. She hasn't troubled you, though, has she, Poppet?
Oh, no, not at all.
You and I are much alike in that Our Lady Hecate discovered us when most we needed someone such as her, Poppet. Perchance her similar affinity for beasts made her take some pity on me then. A witch amongst the polecats and the pigs.
Take pity on you how? That doesn't sound like the headmistress I know. She has always thought highly of you, and depends on you to be our eyes here at this key juncture.
I owe her this and more. When I was a young outcast, practicing an art oft thought to be profane, it was Our Lady who discovered me and showed me that my path led not to ruin, but to harmony. It veritably is a long and winding path, but one I shall not stray from anymore. I lately hear the beating of so many different wings. The harpies, soaring to the mountain siege, black-feathered Strife, who roils the currents of the air and sea, and even that boy Icarus, who has been flitting on, unmoored.
He's trying to help our cause, though I think also enjoying a level of freedom he never had in life, nor as a shade residing in the underworld. For now, he can go where he pleases.
Yet he wishes to be here. That veritably speaks to his commitment. How like his ever-toiling father he turned out to be. Well, may he enjoy the wings of freedom whilst they last.